Who was Wulf of Dunland? Have you ever wondered about the figures that shape the history of Rohan? One such figure is Wulf of Dunland, a key player in the conflicts between the Dunlendings and the Rohirrim. Wulf was not just any warrior. He was the son of Freca, a lord with ties to both the Rohirrim and the Dunlendings. This mixed heritage set the stage for a complicated relationship between these two groups. The Dunlendings, often referred to as the Wild Men of Dunland, lived to the west of Rohan. Their rivalry with the Rohirrim was fueled by disputes over land and cultural differences. This tension escalated when Freca was killed by King Helm Hammerhand of Rohan after a heated argument. Following his father's death, Wulf became a marked enemy of Rohan and fled to Dunland, where he began to gather an army of Dunlendings. His desire for revenge against King Helm and the Rohirrim drove him to action. Wulf seized the opportunity to attack Rohan when it was vulnerable. At this time, Rohan was facing invasions from Easterlings in the east, while its ally Gondor was under attack from corsairs from Umbar. Wulf led his forces across the river Isen, joined by some of these corsairs, which bolstered his army. He achieved a significant victory against a Rohirrim army, forcing King Helm and his followers to take refuge in the Hornburg, a fortress that would later be known as Helm's Deep. Rather than laying siege to the Hornburg, Wulf made a bold move to march on Edoras, the capital of Rohan. He occupied Edoras for a time and even declared himself king of Rohan. However, his reign was short-lived. Helm's nephew Frealaf rallied the remaining Rohirrim and, with the support of Gondor, eventually drove Wulf and the Dunlendings out of Rohan. Wulf is remembered by the Rohirrim as a treacherous invader who exploited Rohan's weaknesses. His actions reflected the ongoing struggle between the Rohirrim and the Dunlendings, marked by raids and deep-seated mistrust. For the Dunlendings, Wulf might be seen as a leader who stood up for his people and sought justice for his family. However, in the lore of the Lord of the Rings, his legacy is that of a usurper and a foe of Rohan. Wulf's story illustrates how external threats and internal conflicts can weaken even a strong kingdom like Rohan. It also highlights how alliances, like that with Gondor, can turn the tide in such conflicts. Understanding Wulf of Dunland provides a glimpse into the cultural and political divides that shape the history of Middle-earth, particularly in the relationship between the Rohirrim and the Dunlendings.